each village, each city, we can go back to times where each city is like a country. What will this bring? Will this bring the feeling of independency? Independent? One thing is clear. We think that yes. If not, why do we connect both? When I enter a supermarket, I am dependent on 1,000 or even more suppliers. Each and everything that I fulfill in my life, if I'm not living in a forest, the jungle, if I'm living like a normal person, I'm tied in chains, iron chains and supplies. I'm dependent on everything. If, let's say, I'm disconnected from electricity and internet and everything I have, what will I do? Meaning, being independent like you're describing, it's a lie. It won't bring us any feeling of independency. It's like a baby who wants to run from home. Well, run away. He doesn't understand. Without father and mother, he's lost. He is completely lost. So on the one hand, we have this feeling of freedom, which is the feeling of not being dependent. And it's the opposite of what's actually occurring, that we are more and more dependent and interdependent. So our direction is not to cancel my connections, but to make the connections endless and limitless. That whatever I have, you have. Whatever is mine is yours. Freedom, then everyone is free and not restricted. This is what we need to develop for. Then we will have no limits. I won't feel these boundaries, but I'm free, like a child at home. Mother, what do I have to eat? Why didn't you prepare this for me? If everyone feels as relatives, we will all feel free, like a small child that feels home. What is the connection between feeling free and being like relatives? Because then you and me don't feel a boundary between us. I don't need to pay you. You don't need to pay me. Whatever's yours is mine, and the opposite. And then these boundaries that I want to build around me, that you don't come in my territory and I won't come into your territory. We see, then we won't have any boundaries. Then we are free, meaning the relations between humans, this is what we need to correct to be in this true freedom. This is what we need. Meaning the solution is opposite to what countries want to do today, and so on. If an area disconnects, let's say Catalonia from Spain, or Venice from Italy, what will this bring? What will they attain and what will they lose? Well, maybe through taxes they will have a profit because they have tourism, but in general, it's opposite to the direction that all the world is going, and all the world will be connected. With that, they will only bring destruction. The opposite is true. Bring more cooperation, canceling borders to however we can, bring ourselves to a mutual way of living, like we see in nature. It's one system. This is where we need to progress. With that, we will feel more and more free. I want to ask about something you said. You said if people feel as relatives that whatever is mine is yours, with that they cancel the restrictions and everyone feels free. And now, the situation is, what's mine is mine, and what's yours is yours. That is, yes. And we have the direction that we want everything that's yours to be mine also. Right. How is it connected to my inner pains? The fact that what is the connection between relations between us to the fact that I feel free or not? I see everyone. I'm jealous, I'm envy, and this brings me to really be mad. I see my neighbor, I see his wife, his car, his yard. I am jealous. Maybe not my neighbor, but I see a different neighborhood who lives in a higher class. This is very important. Meaning, we are constantly poke each and everyone's eyes. This brings development. If not, you will stay like you are. Right, but on the other hand, I don't get the feeling of being free. What is the feeling of being free? Well, that is the question. We heard that freedom is where nothing puts pressure on me. But we can't attain that. What does it mean to run away from everyone? It means that I disconnect from everyone. I think this is against human development, that we don't own. Nature is developing us, and each and every generation we have a greater desire for pleasure, for the feeling of freedom. That is why the solution can be the opposite, as much as we are interconnected, but from love, from gathering and mutual responsibility. Then we will feel free. If I'm between people who are loved ones, I'm free. They take care of me. And I feel myself good with them. And I take care of them because I love them. And I'm feeling good with that also. And we are not limited. We rise to a higher degree of relations. In each and every other way, we will feel ourselves limited. To our boundaries and how we need to use each and every one. Then we are in pressure. We will have wars, always, because of jealousy and pride, envy. It will burn between us. It will be like a fire zone. And if we are loved, we won't have it. On the opposite, we are in a friendly relations to everyone. The solution is completely the opposite to what egoistic humanity offers today. You're saying that if around me I have people who love me and take care of me, this will bring me this feeling of freedom inside, that I have no worries because I have around me other people that think for my benefit. We have this from home. When we were children, even if someone had not such a good childhood, he can imagine what it could be, a good childhood. There we can see an example. That's it. Okay, so if I bring myself and be amongst people who think about me, this will put me out of this pressure and restraint. Yes. Okay, I understand this picture. Now I want to understand the other picture. Now, I don't have these people. Maybe a few, but most people around me are not aimed to take care of me and love me. They love themselves and take care of themselves, and usually they want to step over me on the way to the top. How is it connected to the fact that from the inside, I don't feel free? What is the connection between this kind of relations between people to the fact that I don't feel free? Because you can't show yourself to them. You can't represent yourself. When you're frustrated, your frustration is from lack of right and good connections between you and others. Wrong connections with others bring restrictions, boundaries, pressures to you. And if you would cancel these boundaries, you would feel that life is successful. What kind of boundaries restrict? You said today, lack of correct connections create, for me, restrictions and limitations. What kind of pressure and limitations? What inner boundaries do I feel inside? That you cannot be honest with them, and they cannot be honest with you. Meaning you have a corrupt system and relations between you. It could be corrected only if you integrate with their deficiencies, and vice versa. You would be integrated with their happiness, and vice versa. That you would be like organs of one body. And then you would feel life with no restrictions. Beautiful life. When you described it now, I feel that we have some kind of walls between us. Even if we don't feel they are there, these walls between us. Are they affecting this inner feeling that inside I have this restraints? Well, of course. If I can fulfill myself in the animate degree with my body, that I need this and that calories and to wear basic things. If I can fulfill myself in these basic needs, things that I need, everything outside of that depends on relations between us. If the relations are not in a correct manner, in a mutual manner, it doesn't matter how, it always puts pressure on me and on my life. Gives me the feeling of an unhappy life, not free.